I bet you're surprised to see me 2 weeks in a row. But in my culture, when we start drinking tequila, oh yeah? Oh, you trying to get me drunk, I think. You like my juicy lips? Oh yeah, you want to suck on them? I bet you do. My husband loves my lips. As I was saying, in my culture, traditionally, Dolores, you look like you just got out of hot sex with that messy bun. So, traditionally, the women stay at home and nurture the children while I didn't throw a glass at you. Oh, baby, you'd know it. If I threw something at you, you'd fucking know it. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Why do you ask? Why are we even talking about this? You know what? I'm done. Where's my drink? Hey everybody, it's me, Jill, and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 9, Episode 13. Camels, Cabo, and Catfights. Oh God, you guys. I know I say this every time, but this episode gave me life. I told you last week that Jennifer brought her A game. Oh my God, I didn't know that wasn't Jennifer's A game until she stepped it up even further. She has got to come back next season. Bravo, if you're listening, and I know you're not, but you have got to give her a season 2. I don't know what else you could want from this woman. Does she have a ridiculous sense of self-importance? Check. Is she incredibly hypocritical? Check. Does she have a wild pack of feral children? Check. Is she married to a vampire? Check. I mean, this woman is checking all the boxes. Bravo would be crazy not to invite her back next season. So for 2 weeks in a row, this woman has single-handedly carried the episode. You know, hats off to you, my friend. All right, we open the show with all the ladies calling home in the morning. The Marge is calling Joe. Teresa is calling Nono. And Dolores is calling Frank. Now, I know she has a boyfriend, but it does appear that every day she's in Cabo, she's calling her ex-husband. So make of that what you will. I'm not saying anything. I'll leave it up to you. Side note, Jennifer's call home was like a call to the depths of hell. She's FaceTiming with one of her sons, and the only reason we know that is because that's what the Chiron said, but all we see is like this blur, this whirling dervish image we can't make out. And then all we hear is this like guttural primal scream. It's terrifying. In Teresa and Danielle's room, they're having breakfast, and of course, add to the list of things Danielle can't eat, red bell peppers. Listen, I'm not making fun of anybody who has severe food allergies. I don't have them, but I totally understand that it's a real thing. It's just that I don't ever remember this being a Danielle thing. You know what I mean? Like these severe allergies that she seems to have where just a whisper of butter having ever been in a pan will wreak havoc on her body. Like, when did that happen? I never heard a single thing about her dietary restrictions when she was on season 1. And also, you don't have to let me know in the comments. I understand that you can develop allergies over time. It's just that, you know, it's Danielle, so of course I question it. They are, of course, talking about the dinner the night before, and Danielle said, so what do you think of Jennifer? I think she kind of really turned it up. Margaret calling her lips a monkey's ass was unbelievably rude. Cut to Margaret on the phone with Joe. And Margaret goes, yeah, last night, you're not going to believe it, Joe. Drunk Jennifer, the cocktail queen, she went crazy. Cut to Dolores telling Frank the same story. Cut to Melissa and Jackie talking about the night as well. Melissa said, Jennifer calling that necklace ugly was really uncalled for. And Jackie's like, yes, and Teresa, what is with her not saying something? She should have said, Jennifer, that went too far. Thank you, Jackie, that's what I said. If I just bought my friend a gift and another friend told her it was ugly right in front of my face, I would hope that my friend would say to her, well, good thing they bought it for me and not you because I love it. Or something like that, Back in Teresa and Danielle's room, the conversation, of course, is very different because it's about how Margaret is not a very good person. Teresa's like, yeah, because if she didn't like you, she shouldn't have gone to your wedding. To the confession camp, she said, yeah, Danielle was a bridezilla, but Margaret did blow things out of proportions. It was mind-boggling to me. Okay, aside from the fact that it probably doesn't take much to boggle the mind of Teresa, Margaret's behavior was pretty understandable. Okay, so next, Melissa is dipping her toe in the dark side a little bit because she has chosen to go shopping with Teresa, Danielle, and Jennifer. Meanwhile, Jackie is meeting up with Dolores and Margaret at the pool. Guys, I am loving the Dolores-Margaret friendship. I know they're not on the same teams because I think Dolores is really more on Teresa's side, no matter how ridiculous Teresa is. But I just hope those two crazy kids can make it work because I think Margaret makes Dolores better. Dolores has some sense of what's right or wrong in her. It's just that, I just want to strangle her when she will stand by Teresa's side, even when Teresa is very, very wrong about something. That drives me crazy. While they're by the pool, Jackie's talking about how she's not working out during this trip, but she's okay with the eating and stuff because she thinks she's got a handle on that. If you guys remember when they were in Oklahoma, we found out that Jackie used to have anorexia. So Dolores said, you know what, Jackie? I just found out that I used to have an eating disorder too, and I didn't know it. So she shows us a picture. Oh my God, you guys. It's alarming. I'm just glad she managed to get herself out of it, Cut over to the girls who are shopping, and they're at a restaurant, definitely having a more authentic Mexican experience than the others are at the hotel. And Jennifer is getting her drink on already. Yeah. She's pounding the tequila shots, and Melissa looks a little worried. Teresa seems to be encouraging it, though. So now they're shopping. They're picking up little tchotchkes and stuff, and Jennifer said something about her monkey ass lips. And Melissa said, I'm glad you can joke about it. And she goes, well, my feelings were hurt. She just came at me. And Melissa said, well, you were cocktailing. So, and Teresa goes, yeah, but she could have sugar-coated it and said, I'm sorry, I didn't think to buy it from your brother. And Melissa said, but it wasn't about that. It was just about getting you a nice gift. So then Jennifer says, the cocktails only give me courage to say what I really feel. And Melissa goes, it allows you to say stupid. And Danielle goes, then what's Margaret's excuse? Margaret's an evil person. Melissa, I don't think she's an evil person. And now Danielle takes a hard right because it has become all about Danielle. So why is she talking so much about me? She was just in my wedding. And you just answered your own question. You were not just a bridezilla. You were insanely rude and mean to all the women who were in your wedding party, Margaret included. And Margaret stood up to you, decided she was seeing the real you and doesn't want to have a friendship with you anymore. And you're hurt because she doesn't want you in her life. And you're going to punish her for that any way you can. So Melissa's answer to that is, well, it was on both sides. Danielle, no, it really isn't. There's a reason her stepkids don't talk to her. My children are always with me. Okay, I mean, that is true, but I don't know. Is it like a Stockholm Syndrome situation? I don't know why her daughters are around her all the time. Anyway, Danielle goes on to say, why aren't her kids there? I know why. It's because she's malicious. And Melissa said, you know what, Danielle, listen, we don't talk about kids. That crosses a line. And Danielle goes, Melissa, just beware. And she goes stalking off. And Melissa said, she's really pissing me off. So she kind of goes off in the other direction, and Teresa and Jennifer go after them. Jennifer goes after Danielle. Teresa goes after Melissa. Melissa, kids are off limits. She went too far. If you can even believe this, you guys, this is what Teresa said. Well, Danielle's kids are around her all the time. Where are Margaret's kids? Are you kidding me? Thank God Melissa feels the same way I'm feeling right now, because I'm ready to strangle the TV. You wouldn't let Jackie use an analogy mentioning that your husband, just mentioning that your husband was in jail, not attacking him, not judging him for being there, just mentioning it. And that was crossing a line. You went ballistic because husbands and children are off limits. Now, Danielle is actually accusing Margaret of not being a good parent. And that's A-okay with you? I don't even know where to begin with Teresa, because to me, it feels like I can't find even a jumping off point where I could have a conversation with her about this. It's that crazy. It's like she landed here from another planet where everything is the opposite, because that's the only thing that would make sense to me. Because then I would be like, oh, okay, I get it. You're an alien. Now I have something to work with. Anyway, the four of them get back on the bus to go back to the hotel, and Teresa says, Danielle, are you okay? And Danielle, yeah, baby, I'm fine. Then the camera cuts to Melissa giving Danielle this glare with her eyes that is just got me so on Team Melissa right now. I love it. Up in the front of the bus, Jennifer and Danielle are having a ridiculous conversation. Danielle's like, everything I say just gets criticized and judged. And Jennifer's like, yep, What are you two talking about? Okay, so next we get a montage of all the ladies getting ready for dinner. You guys, we are only 18 minutes into the show, and we've got 2 more dinners to go to, and Jennifer is already 3 tequilas in. I have got goosies. I am so excited. So everyone is in the lobby waiting to go to the restaurant, and Dolores asked Melissa, how was the shopping day? And Melissa did not want to tell Margaret what happened, because after the night before, she just wanted to have a nice dinner, and she knew that was going to get Margaret all upset. So she was just kind of like, yeah. Side note, Danielle looks gorgeous here. Maybe it's just because I always expect her to look as ugly on the outside as she is on the inside, but she doesn't. She looks great here. Another side note, you guys, this restaurant is so pretty. It's like it's on a hill, and all the tables are at different levels, and you're just overlooking the ocean. It's really, really stunning. So they all sit down at their table, and Dolores said, what are we going to do tomorrow, you guys? Let's plan something. And Jackie said, well, I already have something planned. I looked into this company that does camel rides on the beach. Okay, this is why I thought that the big trip was going to be to Turkey, because I saw this camel ride in the trailer at the beginning of the season. Everyone's excited except Teresa. Teresa doesn't do well with animals, or large animals, I guess. So everyone is ordering their cocktails. Teresa gets a French kiss. Danielle gets an espresso martini. And Jennifer gets a tequila on the rocks. Yes, girl! You stick with what you know works. So she orders it, and Melissa goes, here we go again. And she goes, what's that supposed to mean? Margaret said, I don't think you realize what you sound like when you're drinking. So, of course, Jennifer and Margaret get into it again. At one point, Jennifer said, Margaret, you're used to an environment of cheating. Your mother fucked somebody for 15 years. That kind of thing should be kept secret. Margaret, you're absolutely right. And you know what? That's why your husband sleeps in the pool house. He does not sleep in the pool house. I am very secure in my marriage. It doesn't bother me where he sleeps. Yes, because he sleeps during the day in a coffin. Margaret, I know, whether it's in his girlfriend's bed or not. Jennifer, you better shut the fuck up about that. Margaret, word on the street. Jennifer, you better shut the fuck up about that. I love that we never know when the tequila's gonna kick in. Margaret shrugs. Hit a nerve? Jennifer quietly gets up, walks away from the table, and her new BFF, Danielle, follows right along. Jennifer, wait up. Dolores, Margaret. I love that she's just sitting there as a spectator. It's like Dolores is at a dinner show, and she's just eating and, commentating. That was totally below the belt, I gotta say. Margaret, didn't she hit me below the belt? Dolores, I get it, Margaret, but that was a rough one. So Teresa says to Margaret, why did you say that about her husband? Do you know that he's cheating? And Margaret goes, I made a snide comment. I don't know for a fact. And Melissa said, you sounded like you knew something. No, I don't know anything, but I obviously hit a nerve. If somebody said that to me about Joe, I wouldn't get upset because I know he's not cheating on me. Okay. I love you, Margaret, but you'd still be upset if somebody said that, Then Teresa says just exactly what I was thinking. And now I'm scared, you guys. I'm thinking like Teresa. Not good. So Margaret just said, she attacked my mother and my family, and I lashed out at her. So the dinner comes, and Jennifer and Danielle come back to the table. And she's like, I'm fine. I just needed to get some fresh air. Your table is on a cliff in the side of the ocean. How much more fresh air did you want? What did you go to an oxygen tent? Anyway, there's a little awkward small talk among everybody, kind of trying to avoid the elephant in the room. And then Margaret said, all right, I'm going to say something. I know nothing about your marriage. I said it just to hurt you. And I'm sorry. Jennifer, those were some harsh words. Margaret, yeah, I know. It was below the belt. I'm sorry. Cut to Danielle, who does not like this. Jennifer and Margaret are not supposed to be making up with each other. That is not going according to Danielle's plan at all. Then Jennifer said, I said things to hurt you too. We're just both pissed off and I'm over it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And Margaret said, okay. The rest of the dinner was nice, I guess. Okay, so the next morning comes, and of course now we are armchair quarterbacking that dinner. Dolores and Jennifer are together in Dolores's room. In Danielle and Teresa's room, Danielle's like, it's 2 nights in a row now that Margaret went after Jennifer. Teresa now drinking the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I saw the different side of Margaret. It was not cool. Cut back to Jennifer and Dolores, and Jennifer tells Dolores, that is twice now that Danielle has left the table for me, and I really appreciate that. Okay, let's all remember that this is not about Danielle being such a good friend to Jennifer. This is about Danielle's personal vendetta against Margaret because Margaret has left her. You are just benefiting from something else that's happening with Danielle. Sorry, Jennifer. As we know, this really is not about you at all. So Dolores said to her, listen, you need to be very careful around Danielle. Jennifer, all the hearsay that I hear, I'm just going to try and block it all out of my head and to make my own judge of character. So in Danielle and Teresa's room, they're getting ready to go on the camel ride now. And Danielle said, we need to defend Jennifer. Let's make sure we watch over Jen. We'll have Jennifer's back. And Teresa's like, yeah. All right, it is time to ride the camels, and everybody's nicey nice. It's going pretty well. After the camel ride, they have lunch, and they're talking a little bit about Joe Giudice getting out of prison. That's supposed to happen in March. And Teresa talked about being more independent now, and that Joe told her that when he gets home, he's going to be with her all the time. And she's like, I'm not sure I really want that. Dolores tells her, be careful. A leopard doesn't usually change their spots. What are you saying? That he's gonna go back to his old ways? He's gonna try. You nip that in the bud, Teresa. Jennifer said that if you guys didn't get divorced over this, I think you'll stay together through anything. Melissa to the confession cam is like, yeah, okay, but we're avoiding the obvious elephant in the room here, which is that we don't know if Joe is going to be deported or not. Of course, we all hope that the family can stay together, but that's kind of a big issue that nobody's talking about. We're now back at the hotel, and Teresa and Danielle are dancing to Melania's new hit single. And Dolores and Jennifer are in the spa. They're getting massages, and that's when Jenny from the block comes out, because, oh my God, I love this Jennifer. She is so street. You look like you just got out of hot sex with that hair all messy. Where was this Jennifer the first whole half of the season? So delightful. In the meantime, Melissa, Jackie, and Margaret are in their room. They're having a conversation. They talked a little bit about, like, what was up with Danielle running after Jennifer again. And Jackie, of all people, said she was faking being upset for Jennifer. And Margaret said, yeah, she's not always authentic to who she really is. But Teresa doesn't see that. I don't know why. And Melissa said, yeah, Teresa's not the best judge of character. So Melissa wonders if their last dinner together in Cabo can be one where no one argues. Well, you can stop wondering, because the answer is no. But they seem to think that yes, it can, because, they got all the drama out already. They've resolved things, so the last night should be nice. All right, all the ladies meet up at the bar before they go to dinner. They're just having dinner at the hotel restaurant there. God bless Jennifer for sticking with tequila. I admire her commitment. So I think they were waiting on Teresa. She shows up. They get to the table. It's another very pretty outdoor setting where the table is. It's nighttime, and so there's like these purple lights. And they all sit down. And Jennifer announces that she and Bill are going to have an anniversary party next weekend. And everybody's invited. And the theme is red because it's their anniversary, and red is the sign of love and blood. Just saying. So they're talking a little bit about Jennifer's family. Somebody asked if Melda was going to be there, and she's not. And then Melissa, aka Little Pot Stirrer, said, can I ask you a question? How long did they have to get to know each other? And Jennifer said, they got to know each other for 10 days. And Margaret kind of gives a look, and I'm like, don't do it, Margaret. You guys are on good terms right now. Do not attack her culture. But she didn't, and we kind of slid past that a little bit. People were keeping it light and laughing. Jennifer said, where's my drink? And of course it was right in front of her. And then ding dong. Well, look who showed up. It's drunk Jennifer. And now it's a party. Teresa gave her drink because Dolores said she's got 2 drinks in front of her. How'd that happen? Oh, I gave her mine. Jennifer, our husbands aren't here, so you're my bitch tonight. She's trying to get me drunk. And Margaret goes, oh yeah, you 2 cuddling up together tonight? Jennifer, I don't know, maybe. Teresa, I like your juicy lips. You do? Yeah. You want to suck on them? My husband loves it when I give him some lip action. Oh, God. And then right when she says that, all these servers come up to the table with the food. And she's like, oh, the food's here? Great, thank you. So it is fun and it is funny, but there is one person at that table who does not like the direction that this is going. Can you guess? In the middle of all this laughter and fun, we are about to get stabbed. In 3, 2, 1. We were actually just talking about your lips today, Jennifer. Jackie goes, you were talking about her lips? Yeah, Margaret calls them monkey-ass lips. You gotta give Danielle credit because she's tenacious. You cannot say she's not a hard worker. Because she's working really hard to turn this around to go in the direction she needs it to go in. If Jennifer and Margaret make up, that's not a punishment for Margaret. And her not speaking to Margaret is apparently not a punishment for Margaret. So she needs to take away someone from Margaret that Margaret would actually want in her life. And you know what? That stupid comment worked. Because Margaret couldn't resist saying, Danielle, whatever. Nobody cares about you. Which made Teresa defend her. It was executed perfectly by Danielle, and it worked. Everything fell into place. Had Margaret just been able to not take the bait? That was the problem. Teresa now, of course, that's not true. I care about her. That's so wrong, Margaret. Margaret, she's not my people. She's a liar. Teresa, well, last night you said a lie. Margaret, what was that? About her husband. Margaret, I said that to hurt her, and I apologized. Now we cut over to Melissa and Dolores, and they see something disturbing happening. You see the look on their faces like, and Melissa grabs Dolores' arm. And then Dolores looks, and Dolores goes, are you okay, Jennifer? We cut over to Jennifer, and there is some sort of transformation happening to her. I don't know what. First she's got her head in her hands, and then she does this, and it's like she's seething. She's like squeezing her hands together, and she's got this look on her face like, and that's when they looked at and they're like, are you okay? And she goes, yeah, no, why are we bringing this up again? I'm loving it. I don't care what's happening. I don't even care. I love it. I love every single thing that just happened to Jennifer's face. I'm in love with Jennifer now. Danielle could learn a thing or two, because this is how you do crazy. So Teresa said, well, because I just thought it was a low blow for her to say that last night. And Margaret said, I gave a dig, but I immediately apologized for it. And Jackie goes, they both admitted that they said things to hurt each other, and they're over it. She admitted it. Teresa to Jackie, Jackie, are you serious? And Jackie goes, yes, did you not hear what she said about her mother? Margaret, Teresa, I said right away that I was sorry. Teresa, yeah, but you just don't say stuff like that. Yes, we should all strive to be the Mother Teresa that you are. Teresa. So now Danielle, yes, she got what she wants, but people have forgotten Danielle again, and that cannot happen. So she said, well, at least you got an apology, Jennifer. Margaret looks at her and goes, why would I apologize to you? Margaret then calls Danielle irrelevant. So Danielle has to bring up her children. She really has no choice at this point. She's got to bring out the big guns, play her ace in the hole. Other stuff is not working, at least not for long enough. So she brings up the kids, and Melissa said, kids are off limits, Danielle. And Teresa, I'm sorry, the alien from another planet said, she's just trying to make a point. Uh-huh. And again, so was Jackie trying to make a point when she mentioned that your husband, who is off limits, was in prison. Wow. Double standard much? Margaret is hurt that Teresa is taking Danielle's side over her. But to Danielle, she said, you don't know my kids. Danielle, because they're not around. Margaret, they would never be around you. Danielle, they're not around you. That's the point. They're not around you. And that is when Margaret grabs Melissa's red wine and throws it in Danielle's face. Everybody is on their feet in a second and moving away from the table. And Danielle is going psycho and has to be held back by production crew who are making a rare television appearance. Front and center, we see this guy and this woman who are like holding her back. Dolores got something in her eye, and Margaret goes stalking off. She's going up the stairs, and Jackie goes after her. So now it is Melissa and Dolores on one side of the table, and Jennifer, Teresa, and Danielle on the other side of the table. They're all still standing, by the way, which is kind of a Jersey thing. Everyone's like, gets up, stands up on their feet. That's how they fight in restaurants everywhere. Do you guys remember when they were in Milan, in that poor restaurant where everyone was like up on their feet and yelling at each other? So anyway, they're up on their feet. And Melissa is really defending Margaret. Dolores, kind of, but only because she hates Danielle so much, I think. But of course, the other three are attacking Margaret. So Melissa is wondering why Teresa is so against Margaret. And Teresa goes, why is you defending her? And Melissa's like, because she's my friend, and, what is going on with you? And Now Teresa's saying she attacked her children and her husband and she was in her wedding and now won't even speak to her for some reason. That's just like strike 3 to me. Jennifer is going, thank you. Thank fucking you. And then Teresa goes, she threw wine at her. And Melissa goes, yeah, and you threw a glass at me, to Jennifer. Jennifer goes, what? No, I didn't. Well, somebody did. Now she's looking at Danielle, and Danielle's like, I didn't throw a wine glass at you. And then, oh my God, you guys, Tequila Jennifer came back and she gets right in Melissa's face and she said, oh, baby, you know it. And she takes a wine glass and smashes it on the end of the table. And she like holds up the jagged edges and says, you'd know it. Oh my God. Melissa kind of runs around the table and said, oh, you messed with the wrong girl. And to be continued. Oh my God, you guys. It is so good. New Jersey, you figured it out. You figured it out this season and it's working. So thank you. Okay, everybody, time to give a shout out to all my new subbies. Shane Donovan, James Roxyful, Mary Ellen, Angela Alvarez, Colleen Nicholson, Dahlia DeGrant, Soul Song, Sherry Mann, Carolyn Daigle, Vegan Goddess, Sandy Brooke Avila, Pat Ross, Texas BK, Devere Daughter, Star Wars Guy 2.0, Summer Lily, Myra Ramirez, Mary Lou Gonzalez, and Ashley Powell. Also, a special shout out to Gimme Shelter and Otis Omo. I somehow missed your names before. I'm sorry. And also, I would just like to say to any of you guys who keep your accounts private, I won't get a notification with your name when you subscribe, but I appreciate it just as much. Thank you so much. And let me just say to any of you who want a shout out and I missed you, I'm so sorry. Leave your name in the comments and I'll be sure to give you one next time. Okay, now it's time to open the old viewer mailbag. And first to Joanna Wig and Greyhound Lady. Your comments were similar and that you told me that you were having a bad day and that my video kind of took you out of that. And even if it was just for a moment, it really makes me feel so good that you said that. I don't know if it was the recap or if it was my ridiculous impersonation of Jennifer, but whatever it was, if I could make you laugh for a minute when you're having a bad day, it makes me feel awesome. So your comments made my day. Thank you. And to Sessa and Lena Grasso, who both told me that the joke that Margaret told in the bus about now that Teresa can drink, she's going to be in a Mexicoma, really came from Sex and the City. I did not know that. So thanks for letting me know. The shout out should have gone to Sex and the City. Margaret just quietly let everybody believe that was hers. Still love Margaret. And finally to Dominique Glenn. Dominique said, this was so funny. Initially, I thought Jennifer was going to be boring, but I love drunk Jennifer. Even though I don't agree with her logic, she has been a great addition to the show. Oh my gosh, Dominique, I could not agree more. I am in love with drunk Jennifer. She is the breakout star. I can remember thinking, oh my gosh, please bring Jackie back because I love how she stands up to Teresa. And then really that was maybe 2-3 episodes and kind of over with. They made up and it's a non-issue now. I still want Jackie to come back because I think she's going to bring that energy. Somebody who doesn't care if she goes against Teresa. And I like that and I think she's needed. But Jennifer, even though right from the beginning, I kind of wanted Bill to come back because I thought Bill was having a rookie season that rivaled Shane's. They both knocked it out of the park for husbands. As much as I wanted Bill to come back, Jennifer thought, ugh. And to use Jennifer's words, what a snore. I really did think, what is she just going to talk about how much money she has in her stupid big house? But she was hiding a real gem of an alter ego. And it is out now, and I couldn't be happier. So yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I love drunk Jennifer, and I really hope she comes back. All right, thank you guys so much. I hope you had a good time. If you did, please subscribe to Jill Informed. If you liked this particular episode, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. All right, I will see you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap for The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Bye-bye.